Hi there, today I'm going to show you an art journal page that I'm going to create for my 2004 art journal collection. I'm going to be using Art Anthology today, some archival ink stamps and some stencils and masks, and I think that's about it, so let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is just spray some color in various spots on my page. No particular order, the coloring. Do all the rich, vibrant colors. Let's add a little bit of red down here. And then I'm going to mix a bit of water and let some running and just mix this with my fingers. I'm a very hands-on kind of girl. Oh, I like to get this spread out, and then we'll worry about the dripages after. Okay, so I decided I'm not going to gesso right now. I might do that the next step. What I am going to do though is put down another layer of sprays to see if I can build up my second layer, brighten up some of the colors and add some of the pinks and stuff over here. So I'm just going to do a bit more spraying and we'll go from there. So I've got it dry. I'm just going to add another layer of colors on. Starting with the red and the pink. Let's see if I can get those two to mix. And that's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to add some yellow in there to that. Oh, it makes it so warm. The next thing I'm going to do, once it's really, really dry, is I'm going to lay down some mask. Okay, so I have the Heidi Swap Mega Masks that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to place the mask on the pages, the parts of the pages I want to keep. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some gesso. So I just have some golden gesso because that's all I have on stock. And I'm going to apply this to various spots around my page. So here we go. So we need the archival ink. Okay there, I am back for part two. I just removed the mask that was onto the page. As you can see a bit of a difference, but it wasn't quite as much of a difference as I would hoped it would be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take anything apart. I'm going to lay them back on again, and I'm going to stamp again, if I can, to make it a little darker. So we'll set that aside, and we're going to lift this up and see what we have. It's pretty cool. Can you see that? There's quite a bit of difference, really, and we'll just go from there and see what happens. So, get out my trusty dusty pen. I love these pens. I got this idea from, where are we at here? From Dina. What's this in? Sorry. And I really like them, but locally they are always broken. When I try to use them, the pencil lead always comes out. So let's see if we can work a little bit of magic. Okay, so now I'm going to take and put some outline, the magic. Let's have a little pencil here. Alright, I love this stuff. Isn't that cool? So cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with that big circle yet. I'd like to be able to draw around the outside edge, but I don't know that's going to work. Well, in the meantime, love. Okay, so I just finished drying the black off before I wet the white, because I was hoping the white will do the same thing as the black does, but we're not sure. And then I realized I forgot to take these little dots off the page. They're kind of cool. You should have just plain color underneath them, which is kind of neat. I like that. I think you'll remember in the first video there were a couple over here as well, but they didn't stay on very well, so they came off. But can you see the difference? Here, here, and here. It's kind of cool. But I like that right there. That's nice. Oh, sorry. That's kind of cool. Okay, so now I take my pen again, my paintbrush, pardon me, and try the white and see what happens. It just kind of mutes it. Is that the right word? I'm picking up the color in the background more than anything. You know what? That's okay. So I kind of got a ring of green, perhaps. Kind of cool. And I have to apologize for the lighting. I didn't get home from work until late to do this up. And summer's not here yet. We're not even into spring yet. And so our days are somewhat short still. They're getting longer, but I'm not sure where you guys are at, but there, it's a little better. I wonder if I rolled that, if that will pick up the color. Oh, I like that. It gives you a definite ring. I couldn't have planned that better. I like that a lot, actually. So let it set a minute and then pick it up. Awesome. Alright, for these little guys, I'm just going to use my trusty little black pen. Make my circles there. Hope my head wasn't in the way. Let's circle down here. Alright, let's work on these for a minute. So I draw in my, highlight them each. And then get a white pen. I love these white pens. And do a ring around that. Each of them again. These are the best white pens out there, I swear. I say that and then it stops working on me. Bugger. And then I'll bring out black again. And I love how they don't have this stamped image in there, so it kind of does that, brings them out even more, makes them more 3D-ish. So I'm going to do that for the rest of the circles. I don't like that. I need something with that, though. Okay, so I didn't like the brush around there at all, but I want to make this ring more defined, so I just need to figure out how I'm going to do that. I'll just try a variety of different white pens. So I'm going to lay the circle back down again, and I hope that this time is for the last time. I liked the water out of the whole edges, how it kind of faded, but I really want this big circle to be the main focal point of the whole page. So I'm going to try the Sharpie poster pen and we'll go from there. I've given it a really good shake and okay, we'll see what happens. I know I'm just delaying. I'm trying to decide what to do with that circle. I know I have words that I want to put in there, but I'm wondering if I put words in there and then there's a roach around that. I think that's still the idea, what I'm going to do. And then we'll see if that's enough, but I'm really thinking I'd do something with that. I'll think about it and I'll come back. Okay, so what I've decided to do is I'm going to lay that circle from here, and I'm going to lay the mask over the whole page. I'm going to try this. I'm going to lay the mask because I think what I've decided to do is I want to color that section in, but just that section. And if I take the mask and I lay that there, I'm going to get on the inside of it some, I suspect, which is, should have thought of this to begin with, but I didn't. And then I'm going to take some, I'm just going to take a blending tool and some titanium white golden paint and see how this does. So I'll just put a little bit here. That's not too bad. But to get out of there, let's do this here on this side. There, that's not too bad. Okay, I decided that I'm going to put some words on here first. And then we'll go from there and see if maybe that'll help me determine what it is I want to do to the rest of my page. So I'm just going to cut out some words and I'll be right back. Alright, so there's my words. When opportunity knocks, don't be afraid to take that leap and try. Okay, I'm back. I've got this all glued down. I had used some glossy accents to make sure it was all glued in the right place. And then I take out my pen and I'm just going to go around the letters for all of, just to give it a little bit more of a rougher me look. I think I first learned how to do that, or to do that actually, when I started doing art journaling pages. Actually, I started doing it on canvases. And I started that with Christy Tomlinson on the She Art. And if anyone knows me, they'll know that that was definitely the start of me playing further with something other than distress ink pads. I was introduced to paints and color wash and then dilutions, and I just kept going from there. And then I had the opportunity to take an art class this summer with a lady local here, and she introduced me to golden paints. And then Lisa Forrest was in town earlier in 2013, and she had brought in some the Art Anthology sprays, and I didn't have the opportunity at that time to take the class, but she had left some behind for our local scrapbook store, a palette scrap, to purchase. So I purchased one of every color they had there at the time, and still they only had 5 colors. But they're 5 beautiful, beautiful colors. And I have a feeling that no matter what you want to do with them, you can. For instance, I'm going to probably call this page finished and go on to my next project.